dynamic presence here on our precious earth. Mars, oh Mars, you are such a vital feature in our current everyday lives. Yes, my dear friends, Mars, which is attributed as the planet of war in our astrological written text. Why so, do you ask? But let's now first delve into some scientific discoveries of our dear planet Mars. The planet Mars, the fourth planet orbiting our dear Sun, is said to have red, rocky structures, mainly comprised of nitrogen and oxygen and water vapor. But Mars is attributed as one of the coldest planets, even with volcanic activities deriving from its core. But Mars is said to have so many similar features to our planet Earth. But why so? So let's now focus on looking forth into the astrological world to understand the scientific nature of the planet Mars and why it's so dynamic in our co-creation stage here on Earth. Now, in ancient astrological texts, Mars was coined the planet of war. Mars is said to be a masculine planet that has a fiery nature of great passion. Now, Mars is attributed to represent two main signs. In ancient times, Scorpio, and in modern day times, the sign of Aries. But why so? So as we continue to look at these two features, we see now being in the sign of Aries in present day times. It is often looked at, even in astrological texts, as the new beginning. As I started earlier, the dynamic I am presence of who we are individualistically. The nature of Aries showing forth almost our inner child essence. As Aries represents energy, as I noted before, the planet of Venus has a feature of being the divine feminine and has this sexual nature. And now Mars being this divine masculine, now having its own passionate sexual nature. So we begin to see the correlations of these two as our own internal structure and our individualistic nature of being comprised of divine feminine and divine masculine, and our dear Earth being in a new era and stage of co-creation. These two planets being a dynamic feature to merge with her to begin this beautiful co-creation stage of our new golden age. Now, as we continue to focus, we also see that Mars is attributed to the planet Scorpio. Now, we've kind of looked at the planet Scorpio, even in its nature of being that transformation planet with its modern day rule of Pluto, still have this ancient correlation to the planet Mars, with its great intensity and, as the written text describes it, as the planet of war. And we know that Scorpio, of its nature of being transformative, but almost in an intense, but behind the scenes shadowistic kind of way. So we begin to see in our everyday, day-to-day world, the present day orchestration of war. And so we begin to ask ourselves this question: why so? Now, as we continue to delve into this great astrological written text, it has sort of transcribed that, everything has some sort of malefic attributes and shadowistic nature, and also some divine higher attributes. But as we begin to see this great orchestration of present day war going on in our world, and funny enough, we are now in this sign of Aries, representing the essence of war. We are also seeing that Saturn from behind the scenes astrologically is now in the sign of Capricorn, the 10th house, which represents our day-to-day structure. So we begin to see how this is all being orchestrated in our outer world. But what we now have to begin to seek is going within. And as I begin to correlate this with you and to show you that everything starts within and balancing your divine feminine and masculine nature. But now we have to connect it to the greater cosmos and see even our dear planets given these attributes. This Mars representing war, being the fourth planet on the right side of Earth, and Venus being the divine feminine on the left side. We see the yin and yang nature even within Mars, but being dynamic and being the co-created feature here on Earth. So we have to now ask ourselves, the written text of astrology demonstrates Mars as the planet coming forth into the rebirth of ourselves. We have to begin to see on an individual level as we could go forth and look at the side of Aries representing the I am presence. Now, when we mention this I am presence, we have to begin to see, like our dear Analectic Sun, we are in the image of our dear co-creative feature. And as we begin to see our sun, we always relate it back to our sun in the galaxy. We are in the image and likeness, and we see that the life force energy in all of our cosmic planets is living and breathing within us. And so, if we even tap into some of the features of the astrological written text, let's look at the sign of Aries and the malefic attributes given to even the sign Aries, representing impulsivity and just, this whole essence of always wanting to be in war, but always, also being that great warrior. What does this I am presence truly represent? The I am presence, as we could look at the word God itself, we begin to see that the I am presence which resides within each of us is to show us that we indeed are just like the co-creative feature of dear Sun with so much dynamic life force energy. But why was this astrological text switched to represent or dear Mars and Aries and Scorpio to some extent of this great intense warlike structure? And we have to now tell ourselves, and indeed we are in a co-creative stage, but we need to have everything balanced. Do we want to build a new roof based on war and trauma and pain? Or is it that we have to tap into a full I am presence of what the sign Aries represents? See, wow. The pure life force and energy that leaves within us means that we have to become the co-creators great balance and harmony of the yin and yang feminine nature within, even within the sign of Aries and Mars. And not let this outer orchestration, I know it's a tough time for many people going through their awakening and destiny, but we have to continue to balance within ourselves the feminine and masculine nature, and to see to it that, wow, currently on Earth, we have to use our Venusian nature of Mars and Venusian nature on a cosmic level to come together and co-create. And this is such a vital time, as I've stated before. So she's right there hand in hand, awaiting for the Mars nature, the great I am presence. We're going to shift this from seeing Mars as just this warlike nature, because truly we do not want to continue to live in a nature of war. We want to exude the dynamic omnipresence like our dear sun, a warrior presence of I am the greatest thing on earth that I was born to be in this lifetime, and tap into this very time and say, wow, this is a very pivotal time to not look at this great orchestration going on right now, but to continue to co-create from within and let the passion and fiery nature of Mars continue to be in balance and harmony of your feminine yin nature, to continue to be a dynamic co-creative feature here on Earth, into a beautiful, harmonious new Earth, as you continue to shine forth with your I am presence and your Venusian nature, representing the great warrior to be transformed as the co-creator of your own life. So much love, so much peace, so much bliss, so much harmony